Hey guys, have another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick pineapple pound cake candle from Bath and Body Works. I actually exchanged my nearly unscented honey wildflower for this candle, and I was just totally intrigued with this fragrance, mainly because on Bath and Body Works in-store marketing it says it's one of the new fragrances, and you know a lot of times Bath and Body Works likes to put new on stuff that isn't truly new. Like oftentimes they'll release a repackaged fragrance with a new label and market new online. But usually, if it says new in store on the in store signage, there's usually, even if it smells similar to a previous fragrance, there's usually something a little bit different about it. And it was just like picking at me, and I was like, you know what, this smells totally similar to pineapple cream puff on cold, but I just really want to try it warm and see if it does better. There's been a number of positive reviews out there of this as well. I was just like, you know what, curiosity killed the cat, and I just had to try this one out. So that's how I ended up with this candle, even though I normally don't like pineapple, and I have pineapple cream puff, so I didn't feel like it was totally necessary, but here we are. The notes on this read: fresh pineapple, sweet vanilla pound cake sprinkled with powdered sugar. I have to say I'm really enjoying this one. I'm totally glad I exchanged out that nearly unscented honey wildflower for it, because this one's performing so much better. It's so beautifully strong and it's doing great. So what it smells like to me is it still smells very similar to pineapple cream puff, which was very similar to that passion fruit vanilla cupcake. So definitely in the same fragrance family, as similar to pineapple plus bakery notes. Of course, they're all going to smell the same, but they do have subtle differences. I feel like this one, what I get is a canned pineapple / canned pineapple juice. There's a certain tartness to the pineapple. It could even be equated kind of sour, especially when you approach the wax bowl very closely. There's a sourness to it, but more so just a tartness is what carries when you smell the fragrance when it's throwing. There is a slightly tart artificial canned pineapple juice type of fragrance. It's not as artificial as pineapple cream puff was in my opinion, but it's still a tart but sweet, canned pineapple juice type of fragrance is what I get from it. It's very juicy and it smells not so baked like there was that spiced pineapple samba that we had in that Brazilian collection many years back. That smelled more cooked, similar to like pineapple pancakes had a caramelized pineapple type of feel to it. It's not as warm, it's not as caramelized, it's not as cooked as the spiced pineapple samba or the pineapple pancakes, and it's more juicy and sweet, and I guess you could say fresh, but it really just kind of smells like canned pineapple and pineapple juice. So that is what I get for the pineapple note. It is then mixed with a pound cake note that is kind of reminiscent of the strawberry pound cake. I would say it's pretty close to it. It's just kind of hard to compare and contrast the two because strawberry pound cake has such a strong strawberry cream presence, and it has this very sweet sponge sugar cotton candy sweet sugary component to strawberry pound cake that I don't really know if it's attributed to the strawberry itself or if it's attributed to the pound cake, but that one has a little bit more of a sugary sweet, slightly more warm feel to it than this does. The pineapple juice is so crisp and tart that this one feels a little bit more liquidy and juicy than the strawberry pound cake does, but a similar type of pound cake note. It definitely smells like a vanilla pound cake that you're cutting into and you're eating it. There is a little bit of a butteriness to it. It's not as buttery as let's say berry waffle cone. That's very buttery, or even as buttery as the blueberry pie crust note. It's not as buttery or flaky as that. It's just pretty just a pretty standard pound cake fragrance with a little bit of butter in there, but not overly warm. And you mix those two together, and that is what pineapple pound cake smells like. I guess it could be like a sibling fragrance of strawberry pound cake in the sense that that pound cake does have some similarities to it. It has that similar addictive quality that strawberry pound cake has, and I guess that's just the pound cake that Bath and Body Works has. There's just something very addictive about it. You just want to keep burning it. It's just so pleasant, and it has a similar addictive quality to strawberry pound cake that I'm really enjoying, and it must be once again that pound cake note. I do get a little bit of a cream cheese feel to it. It sometimes gives me a dessert pineapple cream cheese pizza moment because of the way the tartness comes from the pineapple and the pineapple juice. It kind of smells like cream cheese. You could almost even say it's sour cream-ish, but that's kind of what I get from it. So it kind of smells like a pineapple cream pound cake too, mixed with the pineapple juice and the canned pineapple chunks. It's kind of what I get from it. It smells great though. Comparing it once again to all the other fragrances, oh my god, yeah, pineapple cream puff was a little bit more artificial. The pineapple pineapple becomes a little more plasticky. Same with the vanilla notes in pineapple cream puff. There was almost like a cheesy quality to it, and it would always degrade over time and sort of smell burnt and plasticky. It's not as artificial as pineapple cream puff, or not as cheesy as it. It's a little bit more warm and pleasant than pineapple cream puff, in my opinion. It kind of just like rounds out the harsh edges of pineapple cream puff, so to speak. Comparing it to pineapple crumb cake, that was a warmer, more crispy, crumbly fragrance to it. It almost kind of smelled like pineapple pretzels or something. There was like a pretzely, crumbly, warmer experience to that. It had a little bit more of a baking spice feel. Definitely had a little bit more cinnamon and crumb cake topping on that one. That one was warmer, and I would even say a little bit, I guess, more fall appropriate in the way that there was a warmer, more crumbly, crispy feel to it. That was unique, and I enjoyed that type of like cinnamon crumb feel to it. This is not that, because this doesn't really have a lot of baking spices or a warm cinnamon feel that pineapple crumb cake had. And lastly, comparing it to the most recent pineapple pancakes, that one had more of a caramelized feel to it. It was like a caramelized cooked pineapple. The caramel presence on it was much stronger. It was kind of similar to maple syrup to that caramel note. It was like ooey gooey sticky sweet. But pineapple pancakes was a little weird in the sense that it had like a cooking on the stove type of like oily, hot cooking warming unit component to it that was a little weird or strange, mixed with that warm cooked caramelized pineapple. That was a different fragrance. I feel like this is a little bit more mass appeal, or just more palatable, or a little bit more, I guess, just appealing in general than the kind of weird mashup that pineapple pancakes was. Of course, there's a ton of other pineapple fragrances out there, but this would be like an entire long documentary on pineapple candles if I went through all of those. So that's pretty much what I'm going to cover for the comparisons. Moving on to the performance, this one's doing great. I do have to say, I love how strong this is. Oh my gosh, so many of my fall candles have been kind of just in the medium range, and it's just like I can kind of smell it very lightly in an open concept area, but not really, but then I can smell it in a smaller bedroom. This is not the case. This is so strong, and I'm loving it. This is the type of throat that I just enjoy and love and expect from Bath & Body Works. This is a good, like, I would say 8.5, almost even 9. It's like very strong. It's like totally blowing me out of the house. I can smell it all over. I had like a homework candle going on in the other room. It just totally overpowered that. I couldn't even smell it. This was just completely overtaking the entire house, and I was loving every moment of it. It's just like, yes, just drown me in these, candle fragrances, because I love how strong they are. So definitely in the strong category for me. I mean, I could smell it, like it would just fill my entire open concept area, which has pretty high ceilings, and I could smell it all up in there with no issue, which I cannot say that for all of the many of the other fall candles that I've had this season. Good, yeah, 8 to a 9. It's just, I love it. When you put it in a small bedroom, it just totally blows you out. The whole entire bedroom smells like it, even travels outside of the boundaries of that bedroom because it's so strong. So the version that I had has just been super strong and great. As for the performance of the candle, this one's doing great. This is a third burn. On the first burn, it was kind of slow to pull out. It took maybe the entire 2 hours to pull out because the wicks were kind of off-centered, so there was a huge hunk of wax off to the side that was not pulling out very quickly. But after 2 hours, it was doing fine. The footage here is at about 3 hours, and you can see it's a nice deep, even wax pull, so we're good to go there. This one has the coral wicks on it, but it doesn't make large mushroom tops, so I have not been trimming them as much as I do some of my other candles, basically because there's not much to trim, and I feared that if I trimmed this one too much, it might start dudding out and nubbing out, so that's what I've been doing with this one. I think I trimmed it very minimally on the first burn, but then on the second burn, it didn't make mushroom top, so I just didn't trim it, and it's doing fine now here. It's not sooting or anything, so this one I fear maybe might kind of nub out during even further into the candle, but I'll keep you guys posted if it does do that, so we're good to go there, and I think that's pretty much it for the performance on this candle. Overall, surprisingly, I'm really enjoying this candle. I don't really care for pineapple fragrances in general, but there's something very pleasant and delicious about this, in the same way that strawberry pound cake is, has that addictive quality where I just want to keep burning it. I love how strong it is, so I get total satisfaction out of that. Yeah, I don't know if, since pineapple is not my favorite fragrance, I don't know if I would run out and go necessarily buy another one, but I wouldn't be opposed to having another backup, so to speak, just because it's performing so darn well, at least right now. So yeah, we're good to go there. Let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down below. If Bath & Body Works is listening, I'm sure we would all love different variations of the pound cake fragrance. Like, give us blueberry pound cake, apple pound cake, heck, even like pumpkin pound cake or lemon pound cake. I think we'd all be all over that, especially if we get that same like pound cake note that's in this and strawberry pound cake. Yeah, I think it'd be totally juicy and awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know your comments down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.